Good evening, race fans, and welcome to another BSTV broadcast. Tonight we have for you the final round of GTCC, the Grand Touring Club Cup Season 2. This is at Daytona International. It's not the one with the annoying NASCAR chicane. It's the one with the normal circuit with all the death at Turn 1. I am Pete Bingham. I joined as a driver, Bingham, because I did. I'm also joined in the booth with by Wobbly. I joined as a driver as well, Neecamp. So how you doing, Wobbly?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, I did join as a driver.
Yeah, so did I. And on the cameras and doing all the technical stuff as ever is Sam Boozing. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, everybody.
So last race of the season, everybody's got scared of Tice and Paul Burgess clearly because only 10 of them have turned up tonight, including Wobbly, who we'll talk about in a minute because this is far too funny to pass over. We do have 11, but technically 10, and you'll find out why in a minute. So we're currently watching Callum making his way around the track. He's your leader in AM at the moment. There are two classes of cars. This is the AM class. You can identify them, although not by locking up like that and smashing it into the wall. By the orange number plates, the big AM written on the side, orange banners in the windscreen, and orange wing end plates. This is Paul Burgess, currently second in the championship. I think Tyson would have to spontaneously combust and disappear off the planet in order to not win. There he is. And these are in the pro category, so they have green number plates, that's not the line. They have pro written on their cars, they have green wing end plates, and they have green windscreen banners. So you should hopefully be able to easily distinguish between all the different, well, the only two different classes of car in this session. All the cars are GTE. We have the Ford, which is on your screen now. We have this big bus of a BMW being driven by Wobbly at the minute. Very stylish, bit of drift, nice, like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Wobbly is driving and commentating. We have the Porsche, which is on your screen now with Stefan behind the wheel. He is in the AM class, just to keep you reminded about that. I love the paint jobs on the VTS cars. I like the ones that look like Target vans more than anything else.
Did you still have the Chucky paint thing?
Chucky? No, it's not the Chucky one. It's the normal VTS one. We do have the Chevy in here as well. So Marco Lower or Tice is driving the Chevy. There we go, there's Tice's Chevy. Lovely colour of blue from Paceworks Esports again. They have subtly changed this paint over the last couple of seasons a few times. Obviously these guys had pink cars for the Mind charity and prostate cancer, I think it was, or cancer research. One of the two a couple of seasons ago, and I dressed up as a princess and did the broadcast in a princess dress.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, you'd have been turned on all night. You'd have had another way to steer your wheel. Or maybe you couldn't reach. If you give you a booster seat, you could have made it. That's Jamie Wilson there in his bus. Car number 87. Right, so the pro standings as they are right now in the final round. Tyce Simons leads by... I'm going to go with something like 70 points because I can't figure it out. 71 points over Paul Burgess. Paul Burgess is 1 bazillion points above AAA, who has been in the session and is no longer... Oh, no, he's... hang on a minute. Oh, he's back. Yeah, he's back and he's on track. So AAA is back. There's a few cars dropping in and dropping out constantly, and I don't know why at the moment. We'll figure that out later. Then JVZ, Joachim van Zeulen, who isn't here tonight. He's in 4th. Sorry, there was 500 points between Paul Burgess and AAA, and only 6 points between AAA and JVZ. And then in 5th, Chris Shaw, who's not here tonight, clearly found something more interesting to do. And I think it scared them off because nobody else can win. Let's have a look at the AM top 5. So AM class is led by Callum Mooney. He has been for a while. He is a whopping 260 points ahead of Stefan Goebel. The asymmetric boys dragging each other around. You get a massive amount of tow around this track, just to clarify that. In third, and only 55 points behind Stefan, is Marcel Kempenaar, who is not here tonight. He can't realistically get overhauled by Colin McAllister. Because, well, Colin is here. He's done the third fastest AM time so far. Oh no, it's Barry anyway. It's BVE, isn't it? Barry van Engelenhoven. He's on 1,501 points. Not here tonight. 120 behind Marcel. Then Colin McAllister, sorry. He's 130 points behind Barry. And that's your top 5 in AM. Team standings, excuse me, asymmetric, which is Paul Burgess's team, and AAA. They have 4,831. They would have to spontaneously combust as well in order for VTS Red to win, because they are 801 points ahead of VTS Red. That's what finishing consistency can do for your team. In third is Paceworks Esports, only 240 points behind. And BSTV Esports Yellow, 100 points behind them. With Dutch's Esports Charlie, who have no presence here tonight, in fifth on 3,124. It has been a reasonably hard-fought series, although Tice really has been charging away with everything. How does the car feel, Wobbly? You're on track?
Yeah, I don't like the BMW.
Okay. Did you join in the right car?
No, I didn't.
Right, yeah, that is going to be an issue. So for the viewers at home, explain why you've joined the session.
Yeah, so I was basically just going to commentate and being in a booth with you guys, and then a smart person pointed out at me that if I do one lap, I beat Tyler in the standings, so here I am.
And that is a very justified reason to do one lap of racing.
But you know you will get 100 points penalty for joining with the wrong car, though.
Oh.
Why are you just telling me that?
That is quite funny, actually. That's hilarious.
So, wait, what? How much penalty do I get?
100 points, isn't it?
The thing is, looking at the rules and the points awarded, you're still safe. Don't worry too much, because you have to finish better than 40 in the session.
Oh, then I'm fine.
Score points, so you're fine. But
Good,
you will
yeah.
still have 100 points penalty.
You scared me there. Because I was at a football game and I already drank loads of beers, obviously. I can't even pronounce it.
I thought you were just speaking Dutch.
No.
No?
No, I can do that for you, but you wouldn't be happy about that. Gijs, je moet even je bek houden, joh.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Excellent. Okay, so we're at Daytona, a very famous circuit for ovals and road racing. We're going to do a lap here with Adam. He's going to dive it into turn 1. Hopefully he'll finish the lap. We're famous for getting people who aren't going to finish the lap. So, let's try again with Tice. There's a Ford rather on the outside of that turn, and that can only be Martijn Verschluven. So we're going to nail it towards turn 1 here, which is this International Horseshoe? It is, isn't it? I really should look at a track map one of these days. And then we're going to burn our way down to the kink here. It's just a left-hander, pretty much flat out. It will be flat out once the tyres come in. And then we dive into Western Horseshoe, which is the turn that we've just been round. And then we scoot along this short straight here to a turn that's called, well, it's just called out, really. It rejoins. It's a very, very tricky turn, actually. It bounces you through it. There's a bit of camber issues. You'll see cars spearing off to the left there as they get it all wrong. And this is the NASCAR Turn 1 now, for those of you who've not been paying attention to what we're doing. Out of Turn 2, and then we're going to fire it down this back straight here into the bus stop, which is a rather large chicane that all American tracks have a bus stop if it's a road track. They're just obsessed with them. And then we fire it down round NASCAR 3. I thought the numbers were written on the walls, just in case you got lost, because I get lost around here all the time. And then NASCAR 4 is this turn. And then we're going to enter into the finish straight here. And then we'll start another lap. So, whilst it is quite a simple lap, it's very easy to learn the basics of it. It's not that easy to get good at it because there are some tricky turns. When you've got a heavy field, which we don't, it gets very, very crowded into turn 1, lap 1, into International Horseshoe on any lap, really. Same at Western Horseshoe, and same rejoining the oval at the out turn. So turn 6 is what that is. Oh yeah, it's not called kink, is it? It's called dogleg, this one. I've just got a track map up now. I got most of the other ones right, though. That's a nice paint job. I think I said this last time. Adam Watson, who's now no longer with Paceworks. He was once upon a time. That is a nice livery, that. Quite like that. I think it's the green. I think it's good.
Is it because you run the BSTP green?
Sorry, it might be to do with that, yes. I might have been indirectly plugging my own team. Shallow, but, you know. David Ayres has got new glasses, so he can see what's going on. That's a bit of a wide line from Adam. You do get a penalty if you go too wide when you rejoin the oval circuit. Sorry, what were you going to say, Wobbly? Nobody really.
Yeah, I really did a fast first sector. I can't believe I'm saying that.
14.79. Actually, that is pretty quick. So there's only 2 cars that have done better than that. One is Martin Verschluven in his massive Ford, and the other one is Paul Burgess, who's currently top of the pile, provisionally your pole sitter on a 139.815. And then Tice in second. I don't know that any aggressive tactics will kick in tonight between those two. It'll take a miracle for Paul Burgess to overhaul Tice Simons, but it could happen. We could be watching 2 cars absolutely nailing it all night, and Yaz not Yaz taking to the infield.
You have to point out that Simon has Tice has a pit stop. Start.
Oh yeah, he's got a pit lane start, yeah. But as we know from Tice, he can certainly scythe his way through a field pretty damn quick. He's done it twice this season that I can remember. He is very efficient at getting through a field. I mean, that might lead to his downfall. And I suppose, mathematically, Sam, is it possible? So he's, what? 69 points behind. Can he lose it here at this track tonight? If Paul Burgess won?
How many points you said?
69.
69, so you need to finish 7th.
7th. Right.
To
Good
get
math,
to
Sam.
240 points. This without points for pole positions and the
Fastest
incident
lap.
points, fastest lap.
Yeah.
So yeah, pole get you the pole position get you 5 points, fastest lap 5 points, and you get one penalty point for each incident.
Right, okay.
So that would be close.
Mathematically, yeah, it can be done. And with a pit lane start, it makes it a little bit more tasty. With Wobbly also doing a pit lane start, it makes it absolutely risky for for Tice Simons. If only he knew. If only he knew. So how many cars have we actually got gridding then? Oh, everybody's in. So if we deduct me, there are 12 cars. And if we deduct you as well, Wobbly, there are 11 cars. So at the start of the season, we had like 30, which tells you how these things work. GT3 and GTE cars, particularly, as we discussed at the beginning of the or before the beginning of the broadcast, me and Sam, this is how it works. When people can't get the winning position for a championship, they just don't turn up. So to the guys that have turned up who don't have a shot, absolute respect to you. These are the ones that just love racing. And Wobbly, who just loves beating Tyler.
Yes, I love that a lot.
Yeah, it would be even more hilarious should Tyler turn up.
So I just
have
did
to say,
an overlap. My
Yeah.
overlap was way faster than all of them, so I won.
Let's have a look. What did you get from your oval?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's that? Marco Loert trying to do his famous pit lane entry. Where was that? Was that Le Mans? I can't remember now. That's a bit of off-roading there from Marco.
Was
Yeah,
Zolder.
that looks good.
The pit and free beat was Zolder.
Ah, it was Zolder, that's right.
With the wonderful standing start.
Yeah, that was classic. He
Wasn't
ended
that the
up-
one who ended up in the highlights?
Yeah, he was in the not the top 10. On his roof, sliding down pit road. It was class.
Yeah, we had two videos in the. Well, two. Yeah, I think the one with I don't remember the guy's
Where he-
name.
where
But
he
he showed
hit
up
the
only
pit wall
once
entry.
and made us to
Yeah.
the next top 10. But
Yeah, that was class.
at Marigny, that was very fun for the V8s.
Oh, your time's not coming through, Wobbly, because it wasn't official.
Damn it! I think it was like 20 seconds.
20 seconds. That's classic. Did you straight line the bus stop and everything?
I just gunned it through the oval.
Excellent. Yeah, that's the way it should be done.
Didn't we drive this one on the BSTV truck series?
Yeah,
was
it was
that?
class. It was hilarious.
No, that was Charlotte.
What?
That was Charlotte, right? On the BSTV
I've done
trucks
so many of
media
those
day.
now. We did Charlotte this year, definitely.
Yeah, we did that in the truck series, which is coming up on
Right.
the media day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was Charlotte.
Yeah, and I think that Daytona is also in the schedule.
It needs to be if it's not. And we're at Homestead on Wednesday, aren't we, for GT4 TCR?
Yeah, I did dive that one as well, and it's basically what you expect from an American track.
Well,
Yeah, it's like-
it's a bit more interesting than some, though. Because you've got some really nice long straights in there to get some good toe.
To answer your question, Wobbly, Daytona is in, but it's the 2009 track.
Okay.
The one with the
that-
bumps.
What with the bumps? What?
The old version.
The old version.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's basically because the league is free to enter and every content is free.
Oh, of
I think
course.
except from the cars. You need to buy
None-
cars.
Is Watkins Glen Cup?
No,
free as
that's
well.
a buy
The
track.
road. Well, in fact, Daytona is a road. I don't see why road people would not get it. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's just Sonoma Cup and Watkins Glen Cup that are paid content.
We do have a lot of entries, way more than we had on the media day. So 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we
like-
had a lot of guys, but I cannot remember who's who because Clyde did something with the names. So if
Yeah,
if
so,
you haven't seen the entries
yeah.
yet for the track series, go check it out on the website because that's just hilarious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically, for probably to give like 2 examples. Obviously, my name is already butchered, but it's
Yeah.
normally it's wobbly kneecaps. Now it's rusty kneecaps the third.
Oh, nice.
And a co-worker of mine also signed up, and his name is Rick Verhoog, and his name is Ricky Bobby Snook Jr.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
That's
I
funny.
like it.
So-
I like it.
Yeah. So definitely just sign up. It's a free league. You only have to buy the truck. What
Yeah,
is
we've got-
13?
Yeah, there's quite a few people. We've got Herb, Goebel Senior, Randy White Junior, you know, Donald Wright Jr.
They're
We've got two
hilarious.
Ricky Bobby. So there is Ricky Bobby Snook Jr. and Ricky Bobby Verhoek,
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and we got 19 sign-ups. So
which is good.
That's
a
really
decent,
good, actually.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
decent field. So if anyone from this league is thinking like, I want to crash into Wobbly, there's your chance.
That's the one. Yeah,
That's
This is the one
me
to
too, yeah.
yeah. we've
Colin
we've
McAllister.
got Mr. Chase Lower Senior.
Chase Lewis. That's funny. So Colin McAllister says he had a pit lane start at Zolder and watched as Marco Lewis went sliding past him on his roof, which is kind of funny.
Anyway, back to this GTC fun. Paul is still on top of the pile, and Simon, Thijs, I keep calling him Simon, I don't know why. Thijs is right next to him, but again, he has to be starting from the pit lane. But looking at their pace, it's fairly similar. So this
it's 400th, isn't it?
Yeah, so this might be interesting to see how Thijs manages the traffic, because not that the other guys are slow, but he's just freakishly fast.
Yeah.
I did Sebring like 2 weeks ago with them, and I ended up being bored because I was I ended up third, but I couldn't keep up with Thijs, and I couldn't keep up with his teammate. What's his name again?
Joachim van Zeulen.
That's the one. Yeah. But he isn't driving today.
No, he's not here, which is really odd. He is going to likely give up positions. Because after Paul Burgess, there is like the opportunity for people to move forward. It mustn't mean enough to people. That's the only thing I can think.
Yeah, and from 8th till 6th for Jas, Martijn and Stefan, there's only 700s in it. So those guys are really close, and if you see that AAA and Mooney and Adam Watson are also within 2/10s. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm guessing that there are like a couple of cars are gonna be grouped together, and they're gonna have a hell of a time slipstreaming each other on the oval part.
Well, it's a good thing you mentioned that, because getting away here is quite difficult, isn't it? You can make yourself a gap to the car behind in the infield section, but then they just claw it all back when you're on the oval sections. So it's one of those tracks that getting away is one of the hardest things to do. You can be disadvantaged by being in the lead at this track.
Yeah, I think you have a good point right there. I mean, once you get ahead, you take all that air in, and you can, when the car behind can save so much fuel by just going on throttle like 80% half of the time.
Yeah.
Which is totally worth to, be a little bit tactical about it.
And I think even with 10 cars taking, no, it's not going to be. It's going to be 9 cars taking the start if you and Tice are both doing pit lanes. It's still going to be a bit tasty getting into turn 1, because as we know from previous races, these guys don't like to get their foot off the gas and give way to other people. So I'm not saying they're dangerous by any means, because they're not. They are actually, apart from Yaz of course, really skilled GTE racers. Yaz just kind of fluked his way in, I think. But it's still going to be quite a tasty start either way. We are on rolling start, aren't we?
We do, yeah.
Excellent,
Hopefully.
That's good. Hopefully, yeah. Don't want the same dramas of Zolder.
Well, can you imagine a standing start on the banking of the oval? That
would be hilarious, wouldn't it? It really would.
Can we restart the server just to have that feature?
So Martijn van Versleeuwen says, what a god awful track on the stream. And I kind of agree with him, but also kind of disagree with him, because it's the 24 hours to Daytona is so much fun to ride, with all the cars coming in from left to side, and especially when you're in a GT3 class, it's annoying as hell that a GTE or an LP2 comes marching in, but again, it keeps you on your toes, and it lends itself for endurance racing, but in an hour-long race, I get where it's coming from. Then it's awful. I'm saying this is going to be a great race, but
it's this track is excellent for multi-car racing or multi-class racing rather, because all the track surface is very wide, so it gives people ample opportunity to find a spare bit of track and do their overtaking safely. However, they don't. For whatever reason, they are magnetised to one another. I've done the 24 here a couple of times now. I've done it in GTE and GT3. And it's been terrifying in both. A GTE, I found them more difficult because you're watching your rear view mirror all the time because of LMP2 cars, and you're looking out the front because of GT3 cars. Obviously, I don't overtake anybody ever. And when I did GT3, at least you're only looking behind you.
Yeah.
You're not under the crossfire of two other classes. And I've never driven LMP2 round here. I did with Sam, and he didn't speak to me for 3 weeks when we did the Le Mans 24.
3 weeks. I'm still not talking to you anymore. Remember one thing though: when you're doing multi-class racing, it's always the LMP's fault. Always.
Yes.
If you're a
100%
GT
of the
driver,
time.
it's always LMP's fault.
It always
No matter
is.
what.
It's kind of the next level racing, the way it's always the LMP2's fault.
Yeah. And Sam's not saying that because he only ever drives LMPs, which he does. I've seen you drive a GT car.
I do, not a lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
So-
I just do it for the special events where there's nothing else available.
yeah.
But I basically hate GT mentality driving, so it's not my thing.
Yeah, I didn't. I do and I don't enjoy. I do and I don't enjoy the GT racing. It's very crowded, and it makes for a good race before you've actually started the race. And once the race starts, it loses its appeal quite quickly, because the other people in it are just, tryhards, and they never give up. They never give a position. Everything's fought for, even if you're lapping somebody. Not that I do that very often.
Even when the race hasn't started yet. Sometimes
Exactly,
in GT
yeah.
racing, it's
Crazy.
It's really bad. The funniest thing I remember from GTE racing is one of the start at Le Mans, and the guys from the GT started in the Porsche curves, like miles away
Right.
from the green flag,
Yeah.
and they finally caught the LMP2 field, and that caused carnage even before the race started.
I'm really looking forward to what they're gonna do with the GTE class, because it's pretty much bleeding out in the quotation marks real world, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
GTE,
looking.
did you say?
Yeah, GTE.
Yeah. Sorry. I
So
thought you said free from it.
no, GT3 is still booming, and I'm really looking forward to what they're gonna do about that in this in iRacing.
Yeah. They will have a plan. What I do know of iRacing is whatever happens in the real world, it takes iRacing a few years to catch up.
Like 6.
Like 6, yeah. It'd be nice to throw all that effort at things like the V8 supercars, because that could be fantastic set of series to drive in. But I think they need another car, maybe 2. I don't know how many's in the real world. I know there's a Nissan, isn't there, or something? But yeah, I think GTE might get swamped somewhere if it's going to disappear from real world racing. So that's the end of qualifying. We shall now run you through our grid. So I'll do this bit. So Adam Watson stole a march on Paul Burgess and has put his car on pole. He is an independent. He is not Paceworks Esports Holland, as it says on the screen. Paul Burgess will go off second for asymmetric. He was 0.1 of a second slower than Adam Watson. So Ty Simons goes off third, but he doesn't, because he will start from pit lane. Callum Mooney goes off fourth for Amsymmetric. Keep an eye on those titles, people, because there's a few of those teams in here. Sister team Asymmetric has Abdul Al-Amri, AAA to us, in fifth. Then Stefan Goebel in sixth for VTS Yellow. We were talking about his paint work before. Then Martin Verschluven in seventh for Dutch's Esport Alpha. Yaz Samai goes off 8th for Amsymmetric. Wobbly will go off 9th, but he won't, really, because he's going off in the pit lane just to do one lap. And then rejoin us in the booth, or talk while he's driving, it's up to him. And then Jamie Wilson goes off 10th for Team Chimera. Probably not that happy that Wobbly got a position over him, even though he's hardly done any practice, and still managed to out-qualify him. And then Marco Loert for VTS Red goes off 11th, with Colin McAllister bringing up the rear of the field. for Team Black Diamond 2. The most handsome man, and I'm not listed, will not race.
You're the most handsome man?
Yeah, that's me, just to be clear on that one.
No, I was just asking who. I was curious about who that was, but fine.
Oh, okay. We're going to have to wait for the whole of the field to join, although I've got the misstart instruction on my screen.
Yeah, me as well.
Cool. I've just seen Wobbly's message on the in-game chat. Sorry for holding up the grid. I just need to beat Tyler. Marco wishes everybody the best of luck. And they all head out on their formation lap. So the two missing positions are both on the left-hand side of the track, Sam, which gives a massive advantage to some of the ones that didn't qualify so well.
Yeah, I don't know if that will change a lot anyway, because the start on this track is.
Yeah, carnage.
I don't know if it gives you a real advantage if you're not in the front row. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out how this is going to work for the guys at the front. Obviously, with a full out lap at Daytona, it'll take them some time to get around. Is it a full out lap? I didn't see where they started. Inset cameras for. Oh, we're at the bus stop already, so they must have done at the rejoin of the oval. Inset cameras for Jamie Wilson there, and we did see a terrifying image just to the left of it. I think they found some some tramp off the street or something. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it seems about right.
It looks like we're going. We are. We've gone, and we're into turn 1 already. I wasn't really paying attention. Tice leaves his pit box. Ooh. Jamie Wilson a bit wide there in turn 1, but he's back on it again. Too wide going into the international hairpin at the front. Callum Mooney's gone. He's gone. He's turned it, as has Martijn Versleven. They're wide at turn 1. International Horseshoe. Yaz not Yaz. I don't know whether that's making a position, is it? I think it is, I think he actually overtook somebody. I think it was Marco Loert, who's getting a bit of attention from Jamie Wilson already. Marco's lost it. Jamie's had to bail onto the grass. It's all going on here. Ty Simons, Jamie flashes his lights in fury, and Ty Simons picks up 2 positions in as many corners. He's now got Marco to take on. Wobbly spun. We need a camera on that. In a few minutes, alright then. That was the highlight. As they thunder towards the bus stop for the first time. Good curb cam footage here. See how wide some people take that. You really want to be, well, kind of where Jamie was just there. That's all good. Who else are we waiting for? Oh, here we go. Some replays. That's Callum going round and pushes Martijn off. A bit unfortunate there for Martijn. He was just a passenger. Unfortunate for Callum. He was on cold tyres and just did a bit too much. Then Jamie getting pushed out wide by Marco, losing control of his car. It was a good reaction from Jamie, to be fair, and warranting the flashy lights that time. Not often I say that. Then we get Wobbly. Let's have a look at this. It's on the rejoin. Callum's got a bent up rear wing, and hey, there it goes. Oh, in a bit of sideways slow-mo. Nice. And then he's away again. So, let's see what's going on at the front here. Oh no, we're a bit further back at the minute with Callum. And now it's VTS on VTS now. VTS red leading VTS yellow. Sure Stefan won't like that too much. Keeping it clean though is Stefan. He's 1 position down, and Marco is amazingly 5 positions up from his start place. But Adam Watson stretching his legs and trying to get himself over a second's worth of gap back to Paul Burgess. And then AAA is about the same, 0.9 of a second now behind Paul. And then Tice has made his way up to 4th already. So he's really on it at the moment. But he's got 3.4 seconds to make up and no toe now. So that might be a bit of a challenge around this track. He will have to be excellent in that infield section in order to pull that time back.
Yeah, so I'm almost entering the pit lane.
Ah, excellent. Are you going to make a mess of it?
Well, it doesn't really matter since I just needed to finish one lap.
Yeah, this is true. Did you get any incident points?
I don't know. Let's go!
Oh, that's the fastest pit lane entry in the world.
And imagine now you're
And overshot it!
And he's gone too far through his pit box.
Oh,
Hey.
Here.
That was class.
Okay, so I beat Tyler, I'm back in.
Yeah.
So did you say that Marco gained 5 positions?
Yep.
That's insane.
That in one lap, that's pretty good. He is the furthest forward moving car so far. Well, technically that's Tice, but his start position was second, wasn't it, or third? Third. So it's got him marked one position down on SDK. Obviously, physically that's incorrect, but we're going to go with that anyway because we don't want him to get too big ahead. At the moment, he's winning the championship. So, where are we now? So, our biggest losers in that first lap, we'll ignore Wobbly because he was only in it for one lap. Callum Mooney dropped a monstrous 7 places on that one lap, and is now at the back of the field. He's got a bent up rear wing. He'll want to get that sorted out because the downforce issues that you get around Daytona are quite significant. That's not going to make him a fast car, is it, Wobbly? Having that Silverstone rear wing going on.
No, we used to call that the Daytona package because we.
Daytona.
So,
I like that.
yeah, I drove to 24 hours like 2 times or 3 times, and the first time we did, the car was all bent up and it was completely out of shape. So that's called the Daytona package.
Yeah, and when I did this, the 24 here with Chris Shaw and Adam Wright and Gary. We had a guy in our split. We must have been in the proper Winterlicker split, or rather, we got the GT3s that were in the Winterlicker split. There was a guy that was like 185 laps down, and he was literally doing about 45 miles an hour around the track. I think he had about 100 I rating, and it was just his car. No amount of mechanics could have ever got that thing the right shape ever again. It would have been in repairs for about 20 years.
I love the fact that obviously I knew this story because you told me this.
Yeah.
Oh no, did you tell me this or Gary?
It might have been Gary. It might have been
Gary
Gary.
told me this one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I can't complain. Never mind that.
Well,
I was
what
about
were
to say
gonna
that that you kept exaggerating the story because Gary told me like 700 I rating, and now he had 100. So
It was something embarrassingly low, and 700 is just as bad as 1, really, isn't it? I must have a look at my all-time lowest I rating guy again at some point and see if he's actually increased his I rating from 2. I did find a new one, didn't I? What was his name? I'm gonna have to find it later. So this is a 90-minute race, and we are around about 6 or 7 minutes in now. 7 minutes in, according to the broadcast. So plenty of racing to go.
yeah, and the fastest car on track is Simon. Jesus, Tice.
Where's he
I'm
from
just
again?
I'm just gonna he's from Holland. I'm just gonna call him Simon.
Yeah, okay.
Simons. I'm gonna go Simons. So anyway, he's the fastest car on track, and Paul Burgess just did a 46.1, and Simons did just a 45.7. So he is gaining, but it's by a small margin.
Yep, definitely. And Jamie Wilson's looking a bit racy now. He's sorted out his lap 1 troubles with Marco Lawert. So Jamie's up 2 positions from the start anyway. He's definitely in Stefan's tow. And he'll be wanting to put his foot down here. That is an AM car in front of him. He is a pro driver. Even for the kudos of it, he'll want to pass that car. I can't see Paul Burgess putting his race at risk, can you?
Yeah, I think he's just fuel saving behind Adam.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
As I said, you can just run it like 80% of throttle on the oval, and even lift heading towards the first corner, and
Miles out. Yeah.
Yeah, and as well as for the bus stop. So what I usually do is that when I approach, especially for Daytona, in the GTA cars I try to lift, but I also use the neutral. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a different line. It's the German line.
It's the German line.
No, but I use the neutral, the clutch. So when I'm approaching it, you save a little bit more. That's too wide. That's too wide.
I was going to say, is that okay as well?
No, that's a German line as well.
So Paul looks like he's closing in a little bit more rapidly now.
Yeah, he's been like 7/10 quicker last lap.
Yeah.
And the speed difference is pretty insane. So I think Paul is running less wing than Adam.
Is that not just going to be the effect of the toe, though?
Yeah, I didn't notice that they were so close. So yes.
Yeah. Because you do need a handy amount of downforce for the Daytona road course. You don't need much, but you just need a bit. Otherwise, your car is just uncontrollable in the really sharp corners.
I was running 0.
You were running 0, right? Is that why you couldn't stop for the pit lane speed?
No, that's because I was wanking it while doing so. That line of Adam is spot on.
Yeah.
And he's all the way wide to the left.
Whoa.
And taking all...
Paul closes under braking though.
Yeah, but Adam is like, I paid for this track, so I'm gonna use the whole track.
Yeah. And he used every inch. That's really funny, actually. Have you heard that from somebody else? Because that's hilarious. I paid for it. I'm going to use all of it. That's class.
No, actually, I didn't. I stole it from someone.
Right.
It was a Twitch streamer. Was it Tupsy or something?
Oh, Tubsy, right? Yeah.
With the weird hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid for it. I'm going to use all of it. Oh, that's class.
You see him pulling towards him, and he's probably gonna. Yeah, you see him lifting off now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Wow, that is a massive lift.
Yeah.
That's huge, isn't it?
I think it's a smart thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Adam's pace is pretty well, pretty decent. And it kind of looks like the same thing Tyler and obviously they're not teammates, but they should just work together to keep up the gap behind them.
Yeah, I mean Abdul is 1.6 seconds behind, and look how much Tice's closed. He was 3.5 seconds back 3 laps ago, so he's hauled in nearly two full seconds. So he's not letting it up at all. I mean, he's well. Sam's math says he's got to finish no lower than 7th place, and anything can happen in the pit stops, and with other drivers as he's overtaking them or lapping them or whatever. So we'll have to see what happens throughout this race.
Look at this.
Oh, that's a bit of a gaggle, isn't it? I was worried that with just 11 cars racing, we might end up with like no action at all. It's not happened yet.
It's action packed.
At the minute it is. Hopefully that'll continue. Daytona road course is quite good for keeping cars together because of obviously the tow, like I said before. So we'll have to see if that remains the case for the rest of the race. For some reason, my timing screen, if I just tap it just to make sure it's right, it's got Yaz Samai as the lead AM car.
No, that's incorrect.
Is that incorrect? That's good.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
So Jamie's inset picture with his VR set, and he's got a TV screen in his TV screen there. All these cars come with a rearward-facing camera.
Oh, this is gonna be good. I mean, someone has to back out. Oh, I would have backed
maybe
out.
not.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, he did.
If you go side by side there, you're just gonna end up in the wall.
Yes. And you always learn those things the tough way, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And you see the fun thing that they do this side by side, and now Martijn and Stefan are all over Marco as well.
Yeah. In fact, Martijn is gonna get himself a position here if he can do turn 1. He's gonna cut back turn 1, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's just staying in line. He's not pushing it too hard. Oh, no! Oh, bloody hell.
Oh,
Code Brown.
Go Brown.
Oh, he's doing it.
Oh,
he's having it.
Yeah, he's sending it. But you get a better drive out of the long way.
Yeah.
Though Martijn is on the proper side.
Oh, wow, that's close.
That's taking a lot of
driving,
risk.
Boys. Yeah, that's risky, but he did.
Yeah,
it.
and he's still there. Yeah, his nose is in there. Oh. Yeah. This is how Marco drives. Which isn't a bad thing, but it gets him in incidents.
Right, by cutting it too fine in the margins.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He doesn't leave much to. He takes everything to chance, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know what I did on PIR last Tuesday when I was complaining that the guy took me out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically it was me not giving any room to that guy,
Right.
which was fine. But I did kind of force it upon myself that I got into an incident.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
the
you can
overspeed.
invite it upon yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
Quite easily. And as my timing screen updates, as we watch Martijn again trying to do the outside round turn 1 in a minute. Here we go. He's
Might
backed out of
Marco,
it.
yeah, might Marco backing him off into Stefan, or is it just?
No, because Jamie's not really getting away, is he? Oh, and Martijn's gonna. Oh no, I thought he was gonna try it again down the inside into international hairpin, or horseshoe rather. Sorry. My timing screen says that Paul Burgess has reduced the gap at the front to just half a second now.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And Abdul with AAA is closing up on Paul as well, but since they're teammates, they're probably just gonna use this in their advantage.
Yeah. And tow each other around.
Yeah.
And I think Tice has caught Abdul.
Yeah,
Pretty
he's right on one.
much.
Yeah, he's in the toe.
I mean, tactics for Tice here are overtake AAA and then sit behind Paul Burgess for the rest of the race.
Or don't crash.
And just don't crash, yeah. So Martijn with a massive amount of overspeed.
Yeah, it looks like Martijn is running a set which has less downforce.
Oh.
Ooh.
Has he stopped it or not? Yeah, a bit
Oh.
too much. Bit too much. Oh,
Oh.
Martijn.
There's so little touch there.
Blimey. And then Stefan capitalises on that as well. So let's see this again.
Did they touch?
I don't know, talk us through it.
So you see Martijn going through. He's going in way too deep, I think. Yeah, and losing it on the inside.
Yeah.
He was scraping the glass. And Mark. And speaking for Mark, he did well to avoid sending Martijn into the wall.
Yeah, I agree. Ooh,
This is white.
Martijn's cooked his tyres. Ooh, and Stefan's overtaken Marco. When did that happen?
When Martijn and Marco touched.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Better exit.
Yeah. And on the overspeed, he goes around the outside.
Might have had a slowdown.
Actually, I think you're right. Because Marco dropped 2 positions there. Oh, here we go.
I do like the lights from the Corvette, the
Yeah.
6 or 8 lights.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, AAA isn't even fighting him.
Bill's favourite car, you know, that Corvette.
Yeah, I heard that. He likes the plastic on it.
Yeah,
Because that's way better than all the metal stuff.
Yeah, from the C6 or the C7. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It might be just tactical from Abdul to get in behind Tice.
Yeah, you could take advantage from it, couldn't you? You're going to save a lot of fuel, but AAA doesn't look like he's using that tactic. They're going into turn 1 now.
But you can't really overtake if you're on the outside.
No, not when... But you can, because there's a cutback there, isn't there?
If AAA wants to be the best teammate ever, he just took Tice out.
Yeah. You get 5 quid for that. I'm just kidding. I don't want Paul to win. Oh, sorry.
Marco and Martine getting so close again.
But this is what I meant.
Side again.
Yeah, this is what I meant. I'm not saying that is a bad thing to do, how Marco drives. Again, I'm not judging his. But it is calling incidents upon yourself when you're going that wide.
And going so close to the other cars. I mean, we know what netcode can do, or solid air can do in iRacing. It's
but those
be a race-ending incident, can it?
True, but those guys. I mean, Marco is from Germany and Martine is from Holland, so the ping should be fine, and there should not be any netcode involved.
Yeah, and they're on a Belgian server, aren't they? So they're not far away from the main server.
Belgian server? What are you talking about?
No,
I think it is, isn't it?
German
is it German?
Server. Yeah,
it's German.
That's Berlin server.
That's Berlin, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, speed.
Well,
that's
you know.
You know.
So you see how massive the toe is around here.
Yeah, look at that. It's a proper slingshot, that. Right.
So what would you
front of the Corvette?
Again, that's an
Whoa! You're gonna watch this all night, couldn't you? It's not gonna last all night, but you could watch it all night.
Yeah, what we used to do is that we, in the 24 hours, we said don't overtake on the first part, but always overtake on the second part, because otherwise you end up going head to head, a toe to toe into the first corner again.
Yeah.
Martine has more. Is running a low downforce.
Has
back
to be.
Yeah.
He's been side by side the whole way down there. There's no toe involved in that at all, and he's managed to get alongside. I thought that was a bit of a hip check for a minute, but it wasn't. I don't think they touched, or if they did, it was a 0.
I think it was a 0, but I think they both let each other live.
So for anybody that ends up watching this, David Heavey's on the chat saying go on Tice. For anybody watching, incident points. So you can accrue in this league 20 incident points before you'll get a drive-through penalty. And then for every 20 incidents, you will get another penalty. An incident point can be achieved through going off track too far based on the track limits calculated by iRacing. I'm not going to bore you with the technicalities of that because A, it's pretty boring, and B, I don't really know them. You get 2 for spinning your car through more than 90 degrees. You get 1 for touching the furniture around the track. You get 4 for hitting one of your opponent's vehicles. You get a 0 contact for a incidental contact that creates what should be no damage and no detrimental effect to either car. But as Wobbly will no doubt back me, I've had some race-ending 0x's.
I have as well.
Yeah.
Especially with the wall or some tires, which are solid rocks.
Solid rocks, yeah. It's like they're harder than the concrete.
You see a tire and then you're dead.
Yeah. Especially with the new damage model on some of these cars. I've had my own wheels pop off the car and then reappear on my car just shortly later. It's been very strange episodes. From hitting bits of furniture.
Do you remember Alton Park? Oh wait,
yeah.
Wait.
Hard to forget. Oh, look at the drive off here. Look at that. Whoa! That's the narrow way, Martine. Why did Martine go that way when there was like 8/10 of the track on the right hand side free? Oh dear. Funny.
I think they're playing bumper cars.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's not really a 90-minute strategy, is it? It's more like a 90-second strategy, this.
Yeah, I can already see the tears coming from both.
Yeah, me too.
But I do understand Martin, to be honest.
Yeah, but I understand both. I mean, Marco is just defending his position like hell, and Martijn is doing everything to get past. Until now, besides the fact that Martijn sent it big time into the bus stop and failed that twice, it still has been a clean fight.
Whoa.
And, yeah, he might have it now. Yeah.
Marco got a really bad bit of wheel spin just leaving the bus stop there.
But just see the toe pulling in now.
Yeah, it's started already, hasn't it? Oh wow,
Look.
that is quick.
Yeah, but Martijn can defend this on the inside. As we already noticed that he was running less downforce than Marco. As you see him pulling away again.
Yeah. Marco's let off the gas really early there. And he's got a bad line into the turn 1, so that's going to drop him way back now. Yeah.
This was a good fight to watch.
It was. That was fantastic. And AAA, as you predicted, Wobbly, has stayed with Tice. 2.5 seconds from these two to the front two. We are 25 minutes in, approaching 1/3 race distance.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. That trip, I was a little bit surprised that AAA let Simons by that fast. But then again, if he was in front of it, he would be helping Tice with the fuel saving. So it might have been just Paul asking AAA to get behind and tuck behind him, so he would not have any advantage on the fuel save.
Yeah, because Paul Burgess has been pretty much fuel saving right from the start, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he'll have a big fuel advantage. AAA being a pest to Tice Simons now. He must know he's on the stream.
Is he wearing his wig today, or is it...
I don't know.
Let me check it out.
So, AAA really... Oh, that was a really good drive off International Horseshoe. Oh, but Tice has got it on him, so...
Yeah,
they were leaving nothing on the track.
I think you're right about he's being a pest. He's just trying to intimidate him the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe try to force or bully him into a mistake.
Yeah, probably. And we know from Tice's history, he's not easily put off. David Hebe says he's not got a wig on.
Oh.
So David must have already been on Tice's Twitch stream.
You mean Abdul?
Sorry, Abdul, yeah. I was looking at Tice's car and that's what I said, so... Here we go with curb cam, first two over, and then 2.5 seconds later, the next two, and then you've got the best part of 21 seconds.
Can you do
all
the...
way back to Yaz.
Can you do the curb cam thingy?
I will do later.
Okay.
But now you've said it, it makes it less appealing. Ooh, Yaz has been caught here by Jason, I did it again, Jamie.
We are good with names.
Terrible, actually. There's Martijn, who's pulled away now from Marco after finally getting through. And yes, Abdul is being a pest to Tice. That's wide. And Jamie might bag himself 5th place overall in a second. As he dives to the inside into turn 1.
Yeah, but that's Jazz, not Jazz, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we only have 4 AM cars, and yeah, indeed, Jazz is leading them, which is weird.
Yeah, he's not going to be for long, I don't think, because that's Stefan right behind him now. When Stefan is actually really good in this Porsche. You remember what he did at Nürburgring? Well, I know he pretty much lives at Nürburgring, but there you go. He is very, very well controlled in this car.
Yeah, he is. He has been improving like the last half of the year.
His one-lap pace is immense, especially when he's in a qualifying situation. His ability to not bin it over the course of a race is a little questionable, isn't it?
Yeah, he's fast over one lap, but he's if he gets more stable, then he should be fine.
Yeah. And I know for a fact he's done a gazillion laps around here, as most people have done. David Heavey says he's on all the streams, so he's tuned in many times.
Yeah, I did tune into Abdul's stream a little bit, and I said, "Go Abdul, be a pest to Tyson."
Yeah. So Colin McAllister has been in the pits.
That's early.
That is very early. We're not quite at 1/3 race distance, but I suppose you could cut it in a different way.
Yeah, you could do an early stop instead of the short one at the back.
Yeah, the only problem is you spend longer with a heavier tank of fuel, don't you?
Yeah, and I always feel like, especially in this little endurance race for like 90 minutes, it's not worth doing so.
And of course you get a fast repair in this league, just the one. So pitting early reduces your ability to use that at an opportune moment. Callum here will want to make use of it to repair that rear wing of his. Although it doesn't seem to be impairing him that much, because he's caught onto Marco Loert now. Ooh, hang on a minute. What? Is Marco supposed to be this far back?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. What happened to him?
Don't know.
Oh, Colin crashed on lap 7, yeah?
Yeah, but we're on lap 18 now. Oh, unless he really did crash.
Oh. Yeah, I'm looking at SDK if I can see something weird.
Can't see anything really for Marco.
Yeah, this is Stefan.
Yeah, that's Stefan now in front of Yaz. This will be the overtake that we've missed. Trying to figure... Oh, Yaz went in too deep there and had to basically stop it to turn it. And now Callum has got past Marco Loert. So what's going on with Marco? Answers on a postcard?
No, it's just his position. Jimmy went through, Stefan went through, Yaz was already in front, Martin went through, and then now Callum. We've seen all of it, so there's not much to it.
Right, okay. His lap time was half a second slower than Callum's.
Okay.
And Callum's pulling away. Colin's doing his best to keep out of everybody's way, which is good.
Yeah, he had an incident on the International Horseshoe. He had to wall on lap 18.
Well, that's lost that.
Yeah. So, Thijs is in the pit.
Right. So this isn't too much after we saw Colin McAllister pitting.
What a lovely car is that? Is that...
oh, is that reverse? Oh!
I have never done that.
Not since the beginning of the race.
No, not the beginning of the race.
Oh, nice slow-mo, Sam. Very stylish. He got it in reverse damn quick, though, didn't he?
It's always on these ovals where you get this kind of overshooting.
Yeah. And you're on concrete, not tarmac. I think that makes a big difference. I think the physics in iRacing do replicate the smoothness of the concrete compared with the tarmac.
It looked like he had a snap of oversteer or understeer on the pit exit.
I think that's just the way that you approach that, isn't it?
No, I don't think.
Oh
yeah,
no,
is it-
little snap.
no.
Yeah. Well spotted.
And he came out right next to who's that?
Colin,
Colin.
he's a lap down. Callum Mooney is now in the pits. So this is the start of the pit window, for some of them at least. He's not repaired his rear wing according to my screen, but that can change. That's sometimes the rendering on the replay. So I think that will be completely fixed. And lots of other people joining pit road now.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't fix it.
He didn't take his fast repair?
No, he didn't.
Right, he's just banked it then, hasn't he?
Yeah, it might just feel like he wasn't
Triple
losing
A.
that time.
Triple A doing a bit of the old pit lane reversal. Apparently it's the fashionable thing to do. Here we go. Slow-mo. Oh no, I've gone too far. Reverse. Yeah, he wasn't as efficient as Tice, was he?
I could always see him wearing his wig in the car.
I don't think he'd be able to see anything.
So this is Tyson. He did gap him a little bit, and his tires are warmer. Or they didn't do tires, obviously. Never mind.
No. No point in doing tyres in these cars for this length of race. Oh, lots of activity in pit road. Marco Lewert in for his scheduled stop.
Yeah, so everybody is taking a pit stop. Everybody took that pit stop. The only one who didn't was Peter Bingham, but he didn't even start.
Yeah, he's too good for racing, that's why.
It's a bit of a safe bet again. Callum Mooney, Jesus.
Yeah.
That he didn't take his fast repair, you might just expect to get more damage or just forgot to click it. Which also...
I don't think these guys will pit again, will they? What's their
they
fuel
will.
tank limitation? Oh no, they're at 65%, so they will get a second stop, won't they?
Yeah.
I thought they were on something higher than that.
They will be only done 11th race before this one.
Yes, there is this.
For you to know.
But don't forget, I have the memory of a goldfish.
That's even worse than a goldfish, man.
I can already see you going around an oval. Oh, this is a corner. Oh, this is a corner. Oh, this is a corner. Oh, this is a corner.
Oh, what a lovely view. So those pit stops have ruined all the competitiveness because there's barely anybody anywhere near one another at the moment.
Valentine is next to Jas. This is the fight.
Define next to.
Within a second is in a tow, so that's on the toe now.
Just about, yep. This is the closest battle. 0.8 of a second.
Chip Way is within a second on Tice.
Yep. Tice came out only just in front of Abdul. Ooh, Stefan! It's not the way you do that, mate. Just wide, I think.
Yeah, there's a little bump.
Wide.
Yeah, and there's a little
anything?
bump right here.
Oh, that's okay. It didn't actually hit anything solid.
Define solid.
Wall.
Okay.
He's just got to watch his tyres now.
Hanging out of the window, looking at his tires.
I do it all the time. So,
How my tires?
so
Hold the wheel.
More importantly than the racing, what facts do you have about America? We did this last time, if you remember, with Japan. So what interesting facts? And I say interesting in the loosest possible term. Have you got about America?
Yeah, I told you this one before. The deadliest job in the country is being the president.
Yeah, and the statistics that were involved in that?
Yeah, the statistics were the rate. It's a rate of almost 18%, and nearly 1 out of 5 who died on the job. So, you get that? It's super weird. And in some states in America, for example, Kansas, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, and Wyoming, Iowa, there are more cows than people. You got that?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Statue of Liberty isn't in New York.
Well, it's in the Hudson, isn't it? Which is, I don't know. Is it Staten Island or something like that?
Jersey City.
Jersey, right, okay.
Yeah. Don't tell any of the New Yorkers that, because they probably gonna go wound up to that.
Yeah, I would expect so. We'll have to find Stephen Phillips and ask him if he knows that, because he lives in New York State. Tyler's from New York State, isn't he?
I'm not sure about that.
I think he is.
Didn't he move to his fiance somewhere in
Nevada or somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere there. Yeah.
Yeah, where
somewhere
it's
in the desert.
Hot and cold.
And the one thing, and I'll keep a list of those things. I'll go back to this again, but
yeah.
Abraham Lincoln is in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Wrestling. And he's also the tallest president ever alive.
Oh, that's only because of that silly hat that he wears.
Yeah, that's probably how they did measure it.
Yeah, he got shot in a theatre, didn't he? He was assassinated in a theatre.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that he probably had like 7 turns, although he had like 4 bends, because the Americans have this weird count wing.
Yes, this is true. Yeah.
Oh, this is straight, so there's a bend in it.
Well, any slight change of direction in any way, shape, or form is classed as a bend in American racing. Road America's got 400 turns. Oh, here we go. This is on now, I think. And this is for second place. He's done him. Even with the bendy wing. He's through on Stefan. Right, let's have a look at AM class. Let's see what's going on in the league and see if we can understand why everything's going on the way it is. So Callum Mooney is the class leader, and he's like, 250 points ahead of Stefan. So Stefan needs a miracle. He needs about another 3 races attached to the end of this series in order to get the top spot. But he's got no threat from behind him at all. Yaz is his nearest threat, and he's 400 points behind. So no matter what happens in AM, I think Callum wins. And I think Stefan is second. Colin McAllister, who's a lap down at the minute, I don't think he's going to be able to make up enough points to get into 4th place. He's 5th at the moment in the standings. And Yaz Samai needs 100 just to move up 1 place. So I don't think that much is going to move in the series there. Do you, Wobbly?
No, I think that Callum Mooney pretty much has it nailed down. And I'm not that happy that Jazz is running the AM class, because that means that we have to interview him.
Oh no, he's going to wreck it before the end, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, let's hope for it.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out that as Stefan and Callum are running back to back, they do leave a lot of space between himself and the wall. And it's probably just to keep it safe, but there's like half a meter between it. And if you compare that to Thijs, Paul, and Adam, and even Triple A, they were all right up to that wall, and they're taking way more risk, or it's more calculated, whatever you want to call it.
Well, they are just gambling on the fastest line, aren't they? And carrying the most speed through all the corners. It's a sign of someone who's well practiced and wants to optimise their speed around the track.
It's something that you would never do.
No, not at all. I'm 2 meters away from the wall.
You're on the infield the whole time. And I think that Tice is, well, he's just waiting for his moment with Paul. He's just fuel saving, doing that maybe 2 extra laps, and probably just gonna overcut him.
Highly possible, highly likely. He's pulled away from AAA, who's well, is that how far back is he? 2.7 seconds, just in your camera shot there at the top of the screen. But he's absolutely caught Paul Burgess here. Obviously, Tice started from pit lane for a reason, and that was because he had a coming together at Sebring with AAA. It was AAA, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, where he tried to defy the laws of physics by making his 2-meter car try and go through a 1 meter wide gap. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm trying to wound up Abdul on his stream by saying that he should take revenge on Tice and stuff like that. But he's not bulging for it.
So Tice closing in, and is he going to stay closed in, or is he going to actually try something? I don't think he'll try it in this stretch anyway, even if he was going to. Oh, or I could be utterly wrong. I don't know what these cars are like for overheating. I know that the NASCARs overheat if you're too close to the car in front and you can't get any cool air going through them.
I think the GTE cars are more balanced than the NASCAR cars in overheating. And obviously,
the NASCAR ones are a bit strange.
Yeah, and they duct tape everything off, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I did on the Charlotte Roval with the trucks. I duct taped the whole car with 100%, and it could do it could do 2 quali laps, and then the engine would just die.
So if you want to do well at Charlotte, just shrink wrap your entire car, just for 2 laps.
Making a living duct tape.
David Heavey says it's good to know the commentary isn't biased. Where did you hear that?
We're not biased.
Not even slightly. You should hear as if there was any BSTV cars in the field.
Oh man, I'm getting murdered the whole time. Even when last Wednesday when I first got hit by Stefan, which I couldn't do anything about, and then I got killed by Martin, and I just hear Jazz cheering.
That's class. I thought for a minute there that Tice was flashing his lights at Paul Burgess, but I don't think he was.
No, he isn't. He's being smart. He's just holding back and doing the attack that he needs to do. And AAA is right up on them.
Yeah,
there's something I don't understand about this battle. What's happening? Because Paul just lost 5 seconds on Adam, and AAA is back them.
I don't know. I really don't.
The previous lap, Tice had to avoid Paul on the oval part, so I don't really understand what's going on, but that's something new.
That's sandbagging it.
Yeah, that is, isn't it? This is weird. Yeah, because they've let Adam Watson disappear off down the road nearly 6 seconds, like Sam just said. Not usually the tactic you want to go for, is it? Try and go as slow as possible.
Yeah, so again, I'm asking Abdul, why is Paul sandbagging? And now he's putting on his face like, I don't know what you're talking about, yeah.
So, AAA gonna get a double toe here. Very advantageous for a car on this track. Whether he's going to make any use of it or not is another thing, because he's going to be fuel saving, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm curious if Tice wants to pull out of this battle now, or just keep on running his race. 3 wide, let's go.
3 wide.
But this was good. This was actually pretty well orchestrated.
Yeah. I'm tempted to say that Tice wanted that to happen.
Why would
not
you
now,
have?
though.
No, you don't. You don't want Abdul in front of you when your main competitor is right next to you.
It depends, doesn't it? If he's going to save enough fuel to just do 2 extra laps and do a short stop on the next one, he might.
Yeah, but Abdul would just back him off.
Yeah. Look how tight he takes Western Horseshoe. That's very good, isn't it?
It's not a line I would take, but then again, I don't have 7,000 I rating.
No, that's true.
That's usually the line I take, but I don't have 7,000 I rating either. It's just because if I go further on the outside, I'm on the grass, so...
Yeah, he's going for it.
Yeah, definitely going for it this time.
Look at this fuel saving from Paul.
And Abdul's gone with him.
Yeah, again orchestrated.
Yeah.
And you know what I see when I look to my left?
Is it my beautiful face?
Why would it be your beautiful face?
I have no idea.
No, but it's an empty beer glass, so you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, see you later. So, whilst Wobbly goes and charges his glass, I'll run through the field. So we've got Adam Watson, who's now pretty much checked out 6.4 seconds while these guys are doing all this. Doing a great job of keeping it on the black stuff and putting in some really good times, actually. The only person faster than him last lap round, or persons, was Paul Burgess and Jamie Wilson. No, sorry, it was AAA and Paul Burgess. Then there's a big gap after that. So second at the moment is Ty Simons, who's we've been watching quite avidly, with AAA behind him in shot, and his teammate Paul Burgess behind him. Turned out to be a really, really exciting bit of racing, and I'm still trying to figure it out. In fifth is Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera in his bus. He's got room in front of him and behind him, 30 seconds in front of him to Paul Burgess, and 8.5 seconds back to Martijn Verschuven, who is here in his Ford. So getting slowly dropped, I would say. He was slightly slower than Jamie last lap, 200th slower, which is nothing really. Then there's 6 seconds back to the first of the AM cars, which is Yaz Samai. Yaz, not Yaz. And you can see the gap back to Callum, who is 2 seconds back. Excuse me. And then another 2 seconds back is Callum. And then we've got Stefan, who's in your screen now, right behind him. And then a big gap back to Marco Loert. We're watching Tice here, who's shuffled back to third, just on the one straight, I think. So we'll hopefully have a look at that as a replay. So leading as he entered... Oh no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. So into turn one, thinks better of turning in on Abdul, and wants to play it safe, I think, so he's let Paul go as well. Might need to feel safe to hit a number, you just don't know, do you, with these races, really?
Yeah, but Tyson, I think Tyson's just doing what Chris Shaw did on Suzuka on the last GT4 race. He's staying out of trouble.
Yeah.
And it's what he needs to do. Just complete his absolute domination in the championship.
Yep. I mean, I think he's missed 2 or 3 races and he's still right on the top of the pile, which says everything about his capability. And 7,000 I rating is not something that you just wander across, is it? You have to work for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that if you go above 3,500, you have to be quick.
Yeah.
But to get to that extra level, especially like, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 is so hard because you only get like what 28, 29, 30 every race. So it's playing the long game, and you can only play the long game when you're being safe.
Yes, absolutely. You don't score any points for coming last, do you? And binning it and sitting in the pits for 8 minutes or whatever your repair time is. But these three are very much still racing. I do think that Tice is going to do the sensible thing and sit there, fuel save, undercut the next stop. More than Paul can manage to do at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he's been running this pack like 60% of the time.
Yeah.
And now Abdul is in front of him, so he can take advantage of that. Which again, I'm pretty sure which is a team tactic. And nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's just trying to get yourself in a situation where you can either pull away or or outsmart your direct opponent.
Yep. Yeah. And they are letting Adam Watson romp away with it, but I don't think they're that bothered. AAA is possibly in it to help Paul Burgess, his teammate, maintain his title. Both of them finishing where they are guarantees Asymmetric the title of best team. So as long as they don't hurl it off the track, they'll definitely get the team one. And depending on what happens with Tice, possibly they could overhaul him, but he would have to finish 8th or worse. And I'm guessing that also means that Paul Burgess has to win it. But we'll see.
So, apparently you don't need a driver's license to compete in NASCAR.
I've heard that before. There was somebody who raced that didn't have a driver's license, and I think there's a couple of Formula 1 drivers over the years that have also done the same.
Yeah, but if you have like a DUI and your license is suspended, you can still drive NASCAR.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's only turning left, so, you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna be fired by all the NASCAR fans. I do like NASCAR, so
yeah, I do
down,
as well.
calm down. It was just a bad joke about turning left.
Yeah, you complain about that the whole time. The stream is on.
So yeah, Yaz has been caught by Callum now. Title line leaving International Horseshoe there.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah, the word Pennsylvania is misspelled on the Liberty Bell.
That's a pretty big spelling mistake, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. What they did was they geez. Okay, it was spelled wrong, but it was old spelling or something like that.
Oh, I see, okay.
It's like Pete and Peter.
Yeah, you don't want to use the second one.
Peter.
Yeah, no.
Of Bingham.
Of Bingham, yeah.
So Callum is still running with that, well, Daytona package wing.
Yeah.
And he's keeping up with Jazz, but in all favors to Callum, Jazz is just slow, so that's pretty much why Callum can keep up.
So I think he's inviting him to overtake here, because there'd be no other reason that you would go high on that banking. Yeah, he's let him go.
I do like that paint of Callum.
Oh, it's a lovely colour purple, that shade of purple. Really nice.
And these three guys are just all cluttered up together the whole time. Although it's managed by fuel saving, still it's good to watch and see that guys are, or the drivers can race close without killing each other.
Yeah, and these three have been doing it pretty much race long. Tice seems to be dropping off the back of these two now. A tactic, do you think? Oh no, he's back on it already.
Yeah, but that's just ooh, little snap of understeer there.
Yeah.
He did catch it though. I think he got caught off by Driftway going slower and letting Paul by.
Yeah.
And this again, I'm pretty sure this is tactic again. I think that Paul's like, I saved enough. Let me go by. You try to keep him off, to hold him off. Give me the gap so I can go for a pit stop.
Yeah, we're approaching an hour of the race. It's a 2/3 race distance. So there may well be a window opening for a pit stop.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be about, if my calculations are correct, then Tyson's gonna stop on lap 38.
Okay. So in 3 laps time.
And obviously I'm gonna be wrong, because he fuel saved more than I expected.
Yes, so it will be later than that then. I mean, you're getting into splash and dash territory at that point though, aren't you? With a lap which is 1 minute 40.
Yeah, you do, yeah. This is a good run on way. And he might just go for it since is he doing it? He's trying to keep it close to Driftway so he can benefit from the slipstream of Paul.
Yeah.
It's look at this, how close they are. Yeah, he's trying to get that slipstream as well. He's having a good exit line.
Yeah, that's a good undercut, that one. Or cutback, rather.
Driftway is the right side though.
Yeah, for this next turn.
But the outside it has a faster exit, but then again, Driftway is on the...
Whoa, that was close.
Driftway is on the right side again. And he also has to shift you off Paul a little bit more.
Oh my god.
This.
You've got to wonder about...
If Tice yeah, and now Driftway is on the right side, but Tice has the better exit. And now, and for this corner, this better to go on the outside and turn it back in.
Yes.
So now Tice is the better exit.
You got a little bit of wheel spin.
It's like cat and mouse. He's bump trafficking him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he is actually pushing.
Yeah, he's pushing him. Yeah. Don't lift on me, bro.
So he's done the sensible thing there. As you were saying before, the tactic is to overtake on the exit, like this.
Yeah, look. Yeah, this is exactly what I meant. The cone's right there. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So you get a better drive when you're on the oval. You can see that, right?
Whoa. Oh my word, my heart can't take this.
They are giving us a good show, man. Let's be honest.
They really are. Fine margins these guys are driving with.
So we only got a field of 11 cars, well, 11. And they have given us a hell of a show.
This is one of the most entertaining races I've seen for ages, and yeah, you're right. We've got hardly any cars in, technically, but the cars we do have, look at what they're doing.
They're really going for it. They're fighting for it. They're respecting each other. Though it's hard racing. It's very clean.
Yes.
I think they've been in like a dozen zero contacts, which isn't a bad thing. And I think you can see the difference between the cars as well. You see Tice running the Corvette, and he's braking a little bit later, but the exit of the Porsche is better. And especially when going up the oval, you see Tice braking towards Driftway. But again, you see Driftway pulling away again on the exit, which is a characteristic.
Oh no! He's gone. Triple A's gone.
Oh, Triple A.
Too hot into the bus stop.
Yeah.
For Triple A now. That's going to be a lot of damage, I would expect. Those
He locked
concrete tyres. Oh, it just bobbled, didn't he?
Slow mo, Sam. Not from the way, but it's slow. And if I would be Triple A, I'd just go to the pit, take the fast repair.
That car's going to be crabbing all over the place, probably. Yeah, look at it. Oh, dear.
Yeah,
All sorts are wrong in that car.
Yeah, he's doing this.
Well,
Looks
he's
like
chosen the right time to need a pit stop because this will be in a fuel window.
Yeah, and it almost looks like his car is all bent up and driving like diagonal.
Yes.
What a lovely car, that BMW.
He's not got a free repair. Unless it does it at the end of the fuel.
No, you should have done it.
Should have done it already.
Yeah. Or you forgot to press the button to activate the fast repair.
Do you think?
And that's race done. If
Yeah, well, yeah.
because the car looks totally toast.
That's a shame. I'm just hoping that it...
Is that you flashing in the pits, Wobbly?
No!
Jeez.
So, Tice now sets off to sit in the tow of Paul Burgess. Well, that was some of the most exciting racing I've seen for ages. Shame it couldn't last for the rest of the race.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And I can confirm that Abdul is out of his chair.
Right. So either he used his fast repair on his first pit stop for incidental damage, or he forgot to check the box.
I think he didn't have it anymore.
Yeah, more likely that one.
You always get like this very small margins of damage,
Yeah.
which only last like, well, usually even in an ESS race or an IMSA race or whatever, you get this small damage for a second or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you hit a curbstone too hard, you hit the grass too hard, or whatever iRacing makes you think that creates damage. And if you get it, you leave the check button on, then take that fast repair and you can't use it for the major damage.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Adam Watson romps away with an 11-second lead now. Where is he in the league, in the Pro League? He's quite far down, actually. I don't think he's been here for all the races. 1,200 points behind the leader. No, I was right. 1,500 points behind the leader. I think he joined later on in the season. And hasn't been here for all of them either. He's had a very professional and steady race so far.
Yeah, you got these drivers which you don't see on the broadcast, but are doing a hell of a job keeping on track and keeping on their own pace and not making any mistakes.
Yeah, and the car in front of him is Callum Mooney on track, who he's going to put a lap on in a minute. And he's straightened out his rear wing, so he's got rid of his Daytona body shell.
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah.
But this might have been one of those things where which Triple A took the fast repair for the small damage.
Yeah.
And Callum sort of like I might just need to use it for something bigger.
Well, AAA found something bigger, which was those concrete tyres at the bus stop.
So we're driving Homestead and GT4 and TCR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this wall, tire thingy on the last chicane.
On the last chicane.
Yeah, there
Let
is.
me think about that for a minute.
And anyway, I can go
Oh,
first.
yeah.
That
Little yellow
can,
ones on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
It does break your rear suspension, I can confirm that.
Oh, right. So, many cars entering pit road now. Adam Watson is in. Paul Burgess is in. Tice is in. I'm pretty sure I just saw Yaz entering pit road.
Yes.
Oh, he was exiting, right. Cheers.
Shall I just give it light show again?
Why not, you know? There you go. And Tice is overshot for a second time.
Come on, Ty. Get your groove on.
Yeah. You can't even see the Corvette behind the Porsche. There we go, he's still left within good time as Wobbly flashes yet again.
That means I'm gonna win.
Here comes Martijn Versluven.
Ooh, he was late on the brakes.
He was. He had to throw the anchor out of the back window to stop that.
You saw his rear end all popping out left to side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's this again. I'm just here for your entertainment.
Yeah. So Adam carries on in his leading ways. Off on lap 41 of this race. 21 minutes to go.
Yeah, so we got Adam in first place, Paul running second, and Adam hasn't had that much screen time, but he's doing a flawless job. And I'm pretty sure he's just gonna run away with this race. And it might be that Thijs is just focused on Paul and either being behind him or doing the same thing to keep up with Paul.
Yeah.
So Thijs is in third, and fourth we got Jamie Wilson, who's had a strong performance. He started 10th, now is running 4th, so he gained 6 places. And he also did make his second stop. So this is his actual racing position. Right behind that is Martijn Versluwen, who also gained 2 places, and 6th place Callum Mooney. 7, we're not gonna talk about that person. 8 is Stefan, and 9th is Marco. But I think Marco had an incident, is that correct?
Yes.
I can't really recall. Yeah, okay. So Marco had an incident. Colin, Abdul, and Wobbly and Peter on the screen or whatever. Those are knobheads anyway, those two. I like this paint. I keep saying that about every paint, I think, but I liked it.
What, the Team Black Diamond one?
Yeah, the next gen thingy and with
Yeah,
the,
it is good. I like the rainbow effect. It's very 1980s, isn't it?
should be round about where your youth was.
That's exactly where my youth was.
I've seen 98 and I think 96. He's high up on that corner. I don't know. It's a
miles
tactic,
away
but...
from miles away from the yellow tram lines.
Oh yeah, well.
No,
this
he's boxing
explains
the
a lot.
car. That's why.
And compared to Martijn, this was a safe entry.
Yeah.
So the last time I did the 24 hours of Daytona, I did the same thing. I forgot where to brake,
Right.
and I broke like 200 meters too early. I'm not kidding you. And nobody put on the pit limiter, and the guys in Disco like, "What are you doing?" It's like, well, the pit entry said, "No, it's not. It's 200 meters further up." It's like, oh, that's why we're losing time. And you can see how bumpy the track is. Like that camera shot from, I think it's TV3 or whatever. You can see a car going up and down the whole time, and especially on the let's say the medium end wheels and the higher end wheels, you feel all those little bumps.
Yeah.
And you're correcting the steering wheel the whole time.
Yeah, it's very off-putting when you're racing. It's like the sunset turn at Sebring. That is just all sorts of bumps. Bit of flashy lighty there from Adam. He must be approaching a lapped car.
Or he's hearing us talk about it.
Oh, that, yeah. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any cars in shot, so just flashing his lights for fun, I think.
Yeah, if you flash your lights, you're gonna end up in losing the race in the last chicane.
Yeah, on the track map there is nothing in front of him.
I would never do that.
Although Tice does have something in front of him, it's Paul Burgess's car, and it's been there for quite a long time. Half a second or slightly less now with the tow. And he seems to be holding station. I wonder if he's thought better of getting any closer after what happened with Abdul. Because he could have easily collected Abdul, couldn't he? Or Abdul would have collected him, rather.
Yeah, and how demoralizing would it be for Paul if he was running in front of Tice the whole race and got passed on the last minutes or last 2 laps, for example?
Well, you can only presume that that's exactly what's going to happen.
I feel like with the pace Tice has got, he should be able to pass, and even, I don't want to say run away from Paul, but at least gap him.
Well, by Sam's maths from before, if he was to try it and get wiped out for whatever reason, Stefan is still on the lead lap at the moment, so he could technically finish in 8th, but that would still mean that Paul would have had to have won, and Adam is 13 seconds down the road, so either way, I don't think it's going to end up with Paul being able to win the championship as it finishes if it was right now.
No, I think we're looking at the Tice winning the championship and Paul becoming second.
Yeah.
Although he looks like he's giving a shot.
Oh, it's definitely
He's getting in front of it. Yeah.
Done an overtake there.
Yeah, that's Tice saying, "I'm in front now. Go away."
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the cup now. I really did appreciate AAA and Paul and Tice going for it, although it seemed fairly calculated. It did look good.
Oh,
and
it was fantastic racing.
Yeah, and especially AAA and Tice give us a hell of a show. And as I said to Abdul on the stream, he should be proud of what he did show with Tice and how hard he defended and with the tactics that were going on and the shenanigans.
Yeah. So my prediction of Tice sitting behind Paul for the rest of the race has gone out the window. Tice has got nearly half a second on him, which is going to disappear very quickly around this next turn and straight. Of course, he's running 0 wing like you were, and Paul is running some wing. But now he's in a straight line now. It's dropping quickly down to 1/4 of a second and less.
P, do you like unicorns?
To eat or?
No, I'm just asking. Do you like unicorn?
Go on then. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. Why?
Okay, then you shouldn't go to Michigan because you can get a hunting license for hunting unicorns.
Right. So, can you get one for hunting dragons or any other mythical creatures?
No, apparently it
Just
was
unicorn.
got unicorns in Michigan, and it was created in 1971 for
Right.
some PR stunt or something, whatever. But you can hunt if you.
Right, okay. Only in America, folks.
Fun.
More wonderful facts from the world of wobbly. Before the end of the race, hopefully. We've got 12 minutes to run. Paul's not letting him go. He's certainly putting up a fight here.
Yeah.
Trying to get back on terms. He won't want to finish second, I don't think.
Traffic lights.
Go on.
Traffic lights. They invented traffic lights. Thing we all hate came from America.
The thing we all hate. That's weird though. It's like stop and go, isn't it? There's no like amber.
No. They stayed with 1920.
Yeah.
We got in here in Holland. We got, at least in where I live in the city, is that we got this bicycle lanes, right?
Yeah.
And you got a traffic light which has an indicator when the traffic light for cyclists goes green.
Yeah, we have them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we have it everywhere. And when it rains, the traffic light for cyclists goes to green faster, because
Oh,
otherwise
right.
you get wet. But this race between Paul and Thijs is just it's now just about the race. It's not about the championship anymore. They respect each other firmly enough to not kill each other, at least I think.
Yeah.
It's now about who gets the second place in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I still don't think that Paul's just going to let that go to Thijs. He'll want to finish ahead of him in this race. I might be wrong, but he's certainly closing in again each lap, obviously with the toe. And I just expect something to happen towards the end, I just do. Although, he's let him go here. He's a second back now.
That's a lot.
That is
What's-
a lot round here. It's not much more, and he'll lose the toe completely.
I think it's about 1.3 or 1.4.
Yeah.
And after a second, it's barely noticeable.
You've scored yourself a fan, by the way. David Heavey says, Kneecaps, if that's him, should commentate on all the races. He's mint. Thanks for your comments about me, David, and Sam, of course.
Yeah, I like David. But I have a personal life too, and 2 children and stuff like that. And,
Yeah, why would you
Although
do that?
yeah, I don't know. I'm suspended from football, so I can do like a couple.
Yeah, excellent. What did you do to get suspended anyway?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So what happened was that I still play on a fairly decent level, and
Right.
there was this guy, a co-defender of mine, a teammate, and I told him like 6 times, "There's a guy behind you. There's a guy behind you," and you can guess what happened. He didn't look
Yeah.
behind him, so
Yeah.
I had to pull the handbrake and kick somebody while he was running towards the goal.
Right, yeah.
And so I instantly got a red card, and I asked the referee, I said, like, "Why you give me a red card?" It's like, "Well, you kicked the guy when he was going head on towards the goal." It's like, "Yeah, but he wouldn't have scored anyway." And then he said, "Wow, this is going to the mission, so I'll fuck that."
David Heavey says his keyboard broke when he was commentating on me and you, Sam. Sorry, not sorry. That sounds like the worst excuse ever.
Yeah, I still agree with David. I like you. Go, David.
So, Paul's hauled it back in again a bit. This is your closest battle on track. Oh, he's
And-
got that wrong, though.
Yeah. I was about to say that Paul did the fastest lap time in the race, but his lap time was with an off track.
Right.
He's still owns the fastest lap time. His lap time was a 41 minute 43.2. And compared to Thijs, his fastest lap time was a 140.35.
Oh wow, there's nothing in that, is there?
No. I think if they wouldn't have played the championship game, they would have been right on with Adam.
Yes. Yeah,
but
without a doubt.
But again, Adam is running a stellar race. Let's be honest.
He's running very consistent laps. If you look now, he's faster than Thijs last time round, and obviously Paul is a bit faster than Thijs because he's got his toe. So the fastest lap last time out was Paul Burgess. Oh, what have we got here with Martijn? Oh, that's an unusual line, and
that's actually the smartest thing I've seen this day.
Yeah. Wow.
He did.
He did a good job.
Yeah. He could have gone through the wall, and then, man, that was close.
Here we go again. Is it? Yeah. No. Whoa, that's close. Yaz, not Yaz.
Yeah,
I didn't know that all the internal livery of Yaz's car was brown.
Has to use the wipers.
Yeah. You're gonna have to burn that car when he's finished. So Paul sorted himself out now and got back on it with Thijs.
And that's unfortunate for Martijn because he was running a good race and he now lost 3 positions.
Yes. Yeah. Just to recap on the AM class, Callum Mooney is the class leader at the moment, overall in 5th place. There he is. He's got an 8-second lead over Yaz Not Yaz. There he is. That's what 8 seconds looks like. And then Stefan is in 3rd at the moment. Not that far behind either, 4.5 seconds. And now got Martijn Verschleven bearing down on him. In fact,
that's white. No. That's white.
Yeah, very wide.
That's what she said.
Hey.
Hey yo. Anyway.
Meanwhile, Thijs looks like he's under huge amounts of pressure. I think Paul closed right up onto his rear lid at the end of the start-finish straight there.
And it's only 4 minutes left, so if Paul wants to make a move, it's probably gonna be a run down to the last lap.
Yeah.
To the finish, taking the bottom line or whatever. Thijs might be able to take it, but they're gonna run if it's gonna stay this way, they're gonna run the oval, and then one of them is gonna run on the not oval part. See if pass it.
Like Thijs did on Abdul earlier.
It's gonna be a drag race.
Yeah.
Mouthwash.
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 Is that invented in America by any chance?
Yeah.
Right. Awesome.
Because it's from various tribes in the northeastern North America used wildflower, gold treat, and mouthwash as a treatment for oral pain.
Really?
So, yep.
That's pretty cool.
No, it isn't.
Is it not? I think it is.
Depending. Stefan, what are you doing?
Where's
that was the
Stefan
pressure.
gone?
That was the pressure.
Yeah, an early chili dog for Stefan nearly there. Didn't hit anything though, I don't think.
No, he didn't. He stepped on the
just
brakes.
Sideways, yeah. So, nothing too painful there for Stefan. Back running again.
Yeah, and Colin Callister just crashed.
Oh.
I don't know where. Don't know what happened.
That's not Colin's first rodeo tonight either, is it?
Oh, he spun.
He's spun, is he? Ooh, it's like he turned in twice there, and then... Yeah, that's where I was saying at the start of the broadcast that people end up disappearing. That's the rejoin to the oval. Easy to get turned around there with a rear-wheel drive car.
I think the next lap is the last lap, right, Sam?
Yeah. Next one will be the last one, I think.
Okay. So
you
Paul needs to get a bit closer than he is now by the end of this start-finish straight in order to be a threat for the last lap.
Yeah, he has to put in a still, but you see him closing in really hard.
Ooh, very, very hard. Yeah.
It might look like an attack, but he might be able to take a different line because of the Porsche.
Tyres breaking the toe.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. He has to slow
Oh no,
down.
he's not. He's letting him go.
He has to slow down. Yeah, slow down.
Here we go. Mind games are at work, boys. So let's see what happens as this gets resolved out. Don't forget, this is the last race of the season, folks.
Yeah, I'm curious if Tice is able to close in enough to get the last run on
I don't think he's
the
bothered.
straight.
I don't think he's bothered. If he was bothered, he'd be closer than he is now. He's over a second behind at the moment.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter for the championship, but still, it's... Yeah, it's keeping it safe.
Yep. It's probably a sensible... go on.
No, go on.
Well, if they did race as close as they were doing earlier, and something did go wrong between either of them, Stefan is still on the lead lap, and he's in 8th position, so you never know. It's probably the most sensible move that Tice could have made there. Just keep it obviously clean, don't take any risks, as Adam comes around the final corner of this track to take victory at Daytona International.
Flawless victory.
Absolutely.
A round share of applause. Didn't get much screen time, but deserved it.
Second back is Paul Burgess, and Tice Simons takes 3rd place.
Yeah, and congratulations to Tice for running this season and being on top of it all, and as well for Paul. It was hard competing with Tice.
Yeah, definitely. 4th back is Jamie Wilson. That's a great finish for him. Lots of flashy lighty for Marco Loert, who pulls out of the way. Callum Mooney is your AM class winner tonight.
And I think that Marco and Jamie had a ton of fun in the first like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Yaz Not Yaz finishes 2nd somehow.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
No. Might not even interview him, even if he does come in the booth.
No, but it's yours.
Martijn Versleven finishes in 7th overall, 5th in class. And Stefan, 3rd in AM.
So what Tice just wrote in the session was that he didn't have any fuel left.
Wow, okay.
So we might have to ask about that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Burnouts there for Adam, celebrating his victory.
Yeah, and there goes the donuts. Yep.
There we go, round and round.
I still like those lights on the left and right hand side. You can see the number 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. It's a nice addition in those cars, isn't it? So actually, quite an exciting race given the fact that there was hardly any cars in it. Wobbly. We could have done with more cars anyway, as ever.
Yeah.
But we had some really dramatic racing throughout. A few quiet times, but other than that, pretty good.
Yeah, it was a fairly decent race, and there was hard racing involved, but they all kept it clean. We've seen loads of good battles, especially for the number 2 to like 5th. Was unfortunate that AAA crashed, and we saw Callum and Jazz putting out a good show. I think overall it was a fairly decent race, and we think we can't complain about how large the field was compared to how much action we had.
No, not at all. It was some of that racing with AAA, Paul, and Tice. I've rarely seen racing as close as that for such a long time. Very impressive, very respectful. Really just a shame that AAA checked himself out into the bus stop there.
Yeah. Might be the wake.
Yeah, probably.
Getting in his eyes.
So, do we have the finishing order, Sam? Excellent stuff. So, your race winner tonight was Adam Watson. Behind him finished Paul Burgess, a good 13.5 seconds or more. Back down the road for Asymmetric. Ty Simons finished in 3rd place with no fuel for Paceworks Esports. Jamie Wilson finished 4th for Team Chimera. Before we find the first of our AM class winners, which was Callum Mooney for Amsymmetric. Then Yaz Samai for Amsymmetric. Different team. Sounds the same, isn't. Was in 6th. And then Martijn Verschluven in 7th for Dutchies Esports Alpha. Stefan Goebel, who is the third finishing AM class car, was finished in 8th overall for VTS Yellow, followed by his teammate in VTS Red car, Marco Loert, who finished 9th. 10th was Colin McAllister for Team Black Diamond 2. AAA checked himself out for Asymmetric, that's Paul's teammate, in 11th. Then there was Wobbly, who did enough to get one over on Tyler. And then me, who didn't start because I'm too good for this.
What are you talking about?
Right then, I'm going to see if I can move Adam into the live booth in order to start our interviews tonight. Good evening, Adam.
Hello.
Hello. How did you enjoy driving around there on your own?
I won't really say it's... Well, I had everyone behind me at the start, and then I was making my tyres 50 pence pieces. But then after the pit stop, I just knew I had to I didn't know what Paul and that were doing, so I just decided to just go flat out, see what happens.
Well, your flat out and see what happens really worked for you tonight. You're quite a way. You started quite a way down the league before you started tonight. Anyway, you were. I'm reading the wrong one. Hang on, Pro. You were
P nowhere.
P nowhere. Yeah, 12. That's otherwise known as 12th. You'd have needed to have another 10 races with nobody else in it in order to win the championship. But given the fact that you've not been here for all the races, have you?
No, either I've been on my uni placement or I've just not been able to attend these.
Yeah.
We can always set up these 10 races where it's just me.
Well, yeah, we could do, yeah. I think that's called cheating, but never mind. But you were, as Wobbly said before, it was a flawless race from you tonight. You did not a step wrong, apart from having a few 50p tyres along the way. You pitted at the right times, you didn't overshoot your box like lots of other cars did. A very clean race.
Yeah, it's just about being consistent around here. Once the toe's broken, you've got to not make mistakes. And then as soon as I came out of the pits, I was 1.5 ahead of Paul. I just knew if I keep it above 1.5, they can't fuel save off me, and I can just do my own race.
Yeah, and there was a lot of position swapping behind you, particularly in that second stint, where they were all trying to figure out which tactic they wanted to do, and I don't think any of them could work it out properly. I'm not sure. We'll find out in their interviews shortly. In terms of another season, should it happen, would you come back?
Depends on what cars you pick.
Yeah.
If you pick GT3, then it could be that I come back.
Right.
But
Okay.
if it's GTE, then I don't know. I'll have to see what goes on.
Yeah.
We
that
picked the
kind
ones
of-
with 4 wheels.
Yeah. 4 wheels and
Just
crazy
people going
people to drive.
MX5s then.
Oh dear. So, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your victory tonight?
I like to thank like Paul Burgess for me and him worked on the set. Like we did our own race, but we've worked on the set for this car, and just everyone who supported me, and you guys for a great stream.
Well, that set certainly worked for both of you, given the fact that you finished first and second tonight. And thank you for your thanks to us. Great racing tonight, and we'll see you in another race in the future.
See you. Thank you.
See if you can flush them properly, doesn't it? I nearly flushed you then for a second, wasn't it? Right.
You're used to that.
Yeah. So, would you like to interview Paul?
No, Paul is yours. I want ties.
Oh, you want Tice? Okay, you're going to talk to him in Dutch, aren't you? And then I'm not going to know what you've said.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the booth, Paul Burgess.
Hello.
Hello. Fantastic racing tonight with you, Abdul, and Tice. That went on for way more laps than I expected it to because the racing was so close. There was even contact between Tice and Abdul at one point, but it was just innocuous before Abdul kind of checked himself out of the race. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it was first half. First stint was just keeping with Adam, staying up there, and then unfortunately I had a bad lap out the pit, so I lost the draft. And then it was just watching Ty's catch up slowly.
Yeah.
So then once he caught up, the games then started. It was, of course, I knew Ty's was just going to fuel safe behind me, and therefore I had to do something different. So I backed him up into Abdul so we could all race and see if I got an advantage that way.
Yeah, Wobbly spotted that one because you kind of gave up 5 seconds at one point to Adam in a short time scale, and Wobbly called it. He said you were possibly backing him up into AAA to try and get an advantage later on. It nearly worked, I guess, didn't it?
Well, it sort of did. Unfortunately, Abdul made a mistake, and that caught him out. But yeah, I mean, it meant I could stay with Ty's the rest of the race, and then it was just going to be the drag race to the line. And unfortunately, he went deep the lap before in the bus stop and got to slow down, which gave me the gap to hold it on the last lap. So yeah, I got the best I could. I think once I lost Adam's draft, I wasn't going to catch him again, so I played for second place and I got it. So first time I beat Ty's this season, which is good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask race director if the points are correct on the site now because I think they are.
Of course they are.
Of course they are. Why would he be so unprofessional? So you have finished second in the championship with 2,929 points, and it looks to me like you were, 49 points short of getting the top spot away from Tice. So fine margins. You had 600 points over your teammate Abdul. So it wasn't that far away. Oh, it's on the screen. It wasn't that far away, was it, in the end?
Yeah, it would have taken a bit of a miracle tonight when I saw not many cars had turned up. It's like, well, it's not much going to stop Ty's here. But you can always hope. I had to do the best for my race and see where Ty's ended up. I really lost it earlier in the season. Sebring wasn't a great race last race. Let the gap get a bit too far. But yeah, I mean, when I joined this, I would have been ecstatic with P2, so I've got to be happy that I've walked away with that.
Yeah, considering some of the quality of the drivers that turn up for this series, you're absolutely right. Tyson's got 7,000 IR, and we've had a few others at 4,000 and 5,000 show up. Their regularity wasn't great, but to finish second in this championship is a real achievement. Anybody? Well, would you turn up for another series if we run another one? We're not sure yet what we're doing.
It would obviously depend when and where it was, but I certainly enjoyed the cars. So we'll have to see. It's a shame that GT is dying out because it's such fun to drive this class.
Yeah, we had a discussion on that during the broadcast, to be honest, and it seems like GTE particularly is the one that's dying the quickest death, and GT3 seems to be able to endure. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your second place in this race and overall in the championship?
Well, for you guys for putting on the championship, it's been good fun. And then obviously all my teammates, Abdul, Adam, Callum, Yaz, who've practicing for this race, getting set up, sorting all of that. It's been good, and they've been great help this season. So definitely thanks to all of them.
Awesome stuff. In that case, congratulations again, Paul Burgess.
Cheers.
Okay, so time for some in undecipherable language as these two go at it in Dutch, I'm guessing. Over to you, Wobbly.
Ja, so welcome Thijs to the booth.
Hi.
We mogen dus even Nederlands praten, heb ik gehoord.
Ah,
Ja, heerlijk hè?
gezellig.
Heerlijk.
Daar hou ik van.
Ja, gefeliciteerd man. Goeie race man. Ja.
Dank je.
So now we're gonna switch back, right?
I don't know what names they just called me, but I still feel offended.
It's all good, Pete, don't worry.
Yeah. We only said you were fat, as usual.
Yeah, as usual, yeah.
Yeah, and you crashed
Which
a
is
lot.
fair.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures, Pete. Come on.
That dress made my bum look big.
It's just a dress. Anyway, congratulations, Thijs, on your championship and on your third place. How was your race? Let's talk about the race first. Since you were starting from the pit lane.
Yeah, well, obviously I had to start from the pit lane, and it was like I accepted it. It was my fault, the previous incident. So it is what it is. Pit lane start, and I was just going out, and I saw a car on the right. Okay, that one was on the grass. I saw 3 on the left. All right, a couple more on the grass. So it was easy sailing at the beginning, and before I knew it, I was already running in 4th position. So from there on out, I just knew already if I just finished with this at this position without any ridiculous amount of incident points, then I'm already good for the championship. So I didn't take any risks. Well, I tried to not take any risks, but then at one point I got too eager with the asymmetric boys and trying to get like it would be a style to beat Burgess on track. So all I should say. So it would be. I tried to beat them, but yeah, obviously 2 cars against 1 on a draft track like this is always difficult. But GG to them. They had a fair strategy, and at the end I was feeling confident with Paul behind me. At one point I decided to overtake because I felt like I had more overspeed. And in the bus stop I was always running away. So if it came up to a draft race to the end of the line, I knew I should be golden because I just had a better exit every time. But then 1 lap before the last one, then I got a slowdown, and then it was race over. But GG to Paul. I mean, this battle that we had at this last race really shows what kind of battle we had during the entire season. And yeah, it was great fun to race here, and I'm happy to walk away with a title.
Yeah, a good job on that. And it almost looked like you didn't want to run in front of Paul the whole time.
Yeah.
I was mentioning to Pete that it seemed like you did want to stay in front of AAA.
Yeah.
If I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah, because they decided to swap positions, and I knew like that Abdul would try here and there to help me up a bit and get Paul out of the slipstream. So I knew I had to stay in Paul's slipstream, and I was trying to get past it. And then unfortunately, Abdul spun right in front of me. I am pretty sure we didn't have any contact. So
No, you didn't. No.
So yeah, that's all good on my part. But yeah, unfortunate for Abdul, of course. And then from that part, I was out of the slipstream. I worked my way back in the slipstream. And then indeed I was just trying to sit behind until the last bit where I was confident to stay ahead. But yeah, then I screwed it up myself. But yeah, good race regardless.
Yeah, we were looking forward to the drag race. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and it felt like the last lap you were holding back just to keep it safe.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We figured. So, how did you enjoy the season? Did you like it? Are you planning to do another season, or if we organize one?
Well, it's I enjoyed this one season a lot. Let's say that first. Like I drove GTE like in pretty much all my races, official races I did on iRacing. I only just switched to GT3 because it's a bit dying now, GTE. But yeah, I really enjoy driving these cars. And when I heard you guys were hosting like another season of GTCC, then I knew I had to do it. At first, I didn't even want to do it because I had other commitments, and yeah, I wasn't sure. But then I had to do it, defend the title, and I'm glad I did. It was a really fun season, great battles. Unfortunately, I had to miss 2 races this season. So yeah, but still happy I could run away with the title. And I'm not sure if I'll do the next season if you guys host one, because I have other commitments. I got a new job now, and that's going to take a lot of my time during the week. So yeah, I gotta wait and see if I do some. But I'll let you guys know. I definitely want to defend another title if the time permits it.
Ja, werken is voor de domme man.
Ja, er moeten toch centjes op de bank komen, hè? Dus.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, thanks, guys. Congratulations on your championship. Congratulations on your third place, and you should be fairly happy about the results you booked.
Yeah, thank you very much. Catch you all later, boys. Thanks for the season.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Your championship winner for the Pro Series, Ty Simons. Right then, I'm just going to switch this over. Do this. There we go. Now I know what I'm talking about when I get our next interviewee into the live booth, which is Callum Mooney. Good evening, Callum.
Good evening.
Evening. You got yourself a bit of damage at the start, and got yourself a lovely Silverstone rear wing. What were you calling it? Wobbly? A Daytona?
Daytona package.
The Daytona package. That's right. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. But you got yourself the AM class victory, 5th overall, which is not shabby at all, given the I ratings of the pro guys and how fast they are. And you've scored yourself the championship victory overall by nearly 200 points. So fantastic going, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, lap 1, I could have just altered forward, I think, at the end of lap 1 by the way I started the race. Apologies to Martin because I know he got involved in that. But I mean, it did come up in conversation because I knew that I could tell I was gaining on the sort of 5-6 cars ahead of us every lap. And I took my fast repair on the second stop, and it did come into conversation as to whether I would have more drag after I'd repaired the wing than what I did beforehand. But the pace was all right there. Managed to fight back. A couple of mistakes here and there, but enjoyed the race overall.
Yeah, you were in the thick of it. You used your fast repair on your second stop. We guessed from the reshaping of your rear wing. Quite a dominant victory in the championship overall. What do you put that down to? Is it team working with the rest of the asymmetric guys, or is it just down to you growing into the car and excelling over everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I think to be honest, I've only been on sort of iRacing for about a year and a half, so I feel in myself I've progressed quite a bit over this season, especially. But I've had a bit of help from the team with sets and stuff like that, and learning bits and bobs about the car. But I really enjoy driving the GTE. I'm be sad to see it leave IMSA next season, to be honest, because I do enjoy driving them rather than the GT3s.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a couple of times over tonight, and Tice, I think it was, mentioned it as well. That the GTE particularly is dying a death now, and the GT3s are still going strong. So Yeah, we're not sure what we're going to do next, but if we did something else in a similar vein, do you think you'd be interested, or have you got new focuses for your next seasons?
It all depends, to be honest, because there's a couple of leagues I'm in now, and it's just time. I mean, I work Monday to Friday away from home, so I get very little time at a weekend to actually race. So I've just got to kind of pick and choose what I want to do. But yeah, I'll have a think and look at my options and see whether I just do sort of more special events, more of the endurance events or stuff like that, because I do enjoy them as well.
Yeah. So you won by, it was nearly 300 points actually. My brain just doesn't work. Over Stefan, who was second. Marcel Kempenaar finished third, who wasn't here tonight. Colin McAllister finished fourth, in that order. It's on the screen now. And then this bloke here, somebody else was driving his car, Yaz Samai, fifth. We're not sure about that. We think that there's a steward's inquiry on the map that's involved there. Apparently we've got to interview him in a minute.
That's good result from Yaz, to be honest. It was I don't know how long Yaz has been on IRS, to be honest, but he's over this season he seemed to improve dramatically as well.
Don't say that.
No, don't say that. He's got to be in here soon.
No, he's a teammate. I've got to praise the teammates. But
got a big hat.
Yeah.
No, but I think everybody in the team's helped each other with, like you say, sets and little things here and there, like tips and tricks and whatever, you know. And it all helps. And yeah, I've enjoyed the season. Just try to be consistent, as I suppose. Like, I had a couple of like mishaps here and there, but just stick to my own sort of race. Don't try and get involved in if somebody's faster. I normally just let them go, sort of thing, rather than trying to battle them and slowing everybody down. I'd rather just concentrate on my own race and try and stay on track. And it's paid off.
Policy. Yeah, sensible policy most of the time. Why fight a battle that you're destined to lose? It's just going to potentially end up with an incident for one or both of you that neither of you are going to appreciate. So, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, well, just everybody in the asymmetric team for the help throughout the season, everything else, or yourselves for broadcasting it, and everybody that's entered really for a great season of races. Enjoyed it all.
Awesome stuff. In that case, massive congratulations for winning the AM class. I think if we put all the points together, you were pretty high up overall anyway. We'll hopefully see you racing again very soon.
Yep, no problem. Thank you very much.
Cool. Right. There's no way am I interviewing Yaz. That's over to you, Wobbly. I can't put up with the gloating.
Yeah, so who you want to give a shout out to?
Gloating?
And that's the end of the broadcast. So, well done.
So
Gloating? What gloating? Huh?
Gloating. Yeah, yes.
I don't know what gloating you're talking about.
So Jazz, how are you doing? How was your race?
No, it was fun. It was, well, I don't know if you saw much of me because I was on my own most of the time. It was actually quite
we didn't even know you were driving.
That's just it. Was I didn't have draft for most of the race. I was all on my own. Now and again, someone came past me. But yeah, it was a fun one, and I really just focused on not making mistakes, and that's why you didn't see me. There was no slow mos or anything like that. I don't think, at least. So Sam was quiet. I didn't.
So we saw Callum overtaking you in the first corner. Was that you moving aside?
Yeah, teamwork. It was teamwork. He's our team champion there. No, to be honest, he was just a whole lot quicker. I mean, I just my pace had dropped off so much by then. Whatever little pace I did have, that there was no point in me even trying to fight. I figured if I could maybe just try and stay behind him, but I couldn't even do that. And then it was just a battle with Stefan, I guess, and with Stefan, I mean, I've watched him enough to know that when he starts trying to go too fast, he makes a few mistakes here and there. So all I was doing is focusing on not making any mistakes, and it just worked out.
Yeah, and overall you became 5th in the championship. Is that where you expected to be, or did you expect to come higher, lower?
Well, I think I guess I could have probably gone 1 or 2 higher. I mean, I missed about 3 or 4 races at the beginning of the season. So I mean, that's obviously a lot of would have been a lot of points I mean, that was the time also when it was very busy, so there wasn't much points to be had then because it was still a very full field. I do think that maybe the last few races was a bit inflated because of the smaller field. I mean, I don't think if at the beginning of the season with the drivers who were there, when we were 30 or 40 cars on the track, I could only dream of a 6th place finish. So yeah, I think that maybe at the end of the day, the 5th place is a good representation of where I would have liked to have finished.
Yeah, and half of the races you didn't race because you're not jazzed.
Yeah, that did. I mean, I had a couple of good ones. And then there's also Marco Lewert. I have to give a shout out to him today. Of all, I mean, he didn't hit me today. That's the first time in 5 races. We thought we were going to come together for 5 in a row, but that didn't happen. So he actually in the first corner, he said, we were side by side, and he just let me go rather than. So I think that was we had a fun one, and then he came out out of the pits. After his second stop, he came out right in front of me, or right behind me, and I thought, oh, sure, but let me just, I just need to stop now to get him away from being behind me. But yeah, no, it was great fun. This season was great fun. I'm actually quite sad that it's over now.
Yeah, well, good racing. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, especially me, for example?
I'm trying to think of something that I can say thank you to you for.
Existing or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's probably no. I think that a big shout out goes to the asymmetric team. I mean, they've been a great help. I know I heard you were talking to Callum and asking how I've been on iRacing for it's just been about a year now, a year and 2 months. So I've still been learning, and the guys have been they've been very helpful. From where I was to where I am now, it's chalk and cheese. I know Pete would know, he was there at the beginning, but shout out to the asymmetric team. I think that was thank you for the whole season, and then also everybody who drove in this league. This is a good quality field. It's high standards at the front there. So yeah, the guys who were driving, and then I guess I need to thank you guys for running the show. It's not an easy task, but it's every second Sunday you guys have been there and been running a good production. So yeah, thanks to everyone.
You'll have to watch it back so that you can figure out all the wonderful things, the facts that Wobbly found about America.
Why about America?
Because the race is in America. It's not in South Africa.
Because some people think that South Africa is at the bottom of America. So I mean, you'd be surprised.
That would be weird.
If it was in South Africa, there would not be any light around the track. Just saying.
Well, I thought I wasn't going to race tonight because we were scheduled for a power out, and then they probably felt sorry for me or something, and then they left it on.
Yeah,
but yes, did you know that South Africa has 3 capital cities?
3 capital cities. Which 3 are those?
Western Cape, Eastern Cape, and Swallownatal or something about that.
What?
Wait, no, that's wrong. Cape Town, Pretoria, and Bloemfontein.
I wouldn't call Bloemfontein a capital city. But,
yeah, it is. It is according to Google. So they're not backing out of this one.
I think there are a lot of people who speak your language in Bloemfontein.
Stop here. This is the answer because Google said it.
Yeah, it's fun in South Africa. If ever you do come to Cape Town, don't visit me. No, I'm joking. If you come to Cape Town, I'll
go to Cape Town.
I'll take you guys anywhere you want to go around here. But yeah.
And apparently you're a rainbow nation. Don't know whatever that means.
It means that there's all colors. Our history comes from black and white and colored and all this kind of thing. It's a nation of all colors. It's just one of those things that they are proud of in the country. Yeah.
South Africa is one of the most world's luxurious trains.
What's that?
Luxurious trains. You have the most luxurious train in the world, apparently.
Oh, is it? We also have the most dangerous one as well. I wouldn't use our public transport for. I would say. I would say I wouldn't use our public transport to save my life, but that would really be the total opposite of saving your life if you use our public transport. But anyway, moving along swiftly.
Moving along. Thanks for joining the booth, Jess. Good race and good result.
Thanks, guys.
Longest interview ever. Anyway, so a very exciting finish to a very exciting league. It's been utterly enthralling for all the ups and downs, and there have been a few downs in this league over the sessions that we've had. Like I said before, we're not sure what we're doing with this league going forward, but congratulations very much to Callum Mooney, Stefan Goebel and Marcel Kempenaar, 1, 2, 3 podium overall for the AM standings, and to Tice, Paul Burgess and AAA for the 1, 2, 3 podium in the Pro Series. Thanks to everybody that took part. Thanks to all the people that have been in on these sessions, talking about ugliest cars and things like that, and facts about America and apparently South Africa, and all the other people that have been in the booth supporting me and Sam with the broadcasts over the many months that this league's been running. I found it a blast. I drove these cars, these GTE cars, in the officials, and they're difficult cars to drive at the best of times. And these guys are so skilled with high ratings I can only dream of. No, you can stop your jokes straight away, Wobbly.
I wasn't about to say anything. I just wanted to say, like, I have 2.5 times more than you do. Whatever.
Yeah, nobody needs to know that. And yeah, hopefully we'll do something similar in the future. We've got a lot of exciting leagues already running. The next one you will see us in is on Wednesday when we are at Homestead, Miami for GT4 TCRs. The following weekend we're with V8 action on the Saturday and ITCR on the Sunday. So there is a lot going on for BSTV, so stay tuned, watch us on YouTube or Twitch, follow us on Facebook, don't miss a beat. I'll let Wobbly and Sam say good night after I have. So thanks for watching all of our season, and good night everyone.
Yeah, thanks all for watching. It was a really enjoyable season, although I got 3 races in. Be able to move once, but really enjoyable. Thanks.
Thanks, Wobbly.
Thanks, Sam.
That was the most ridiculous exit of a broadcast ever. But yeah, moving on. Thanks, Pete, and thanks for everybody watching. We'll see you on Wednesday to see
Thanks,
Pete
Sam.
crush again.
Thanks,
and maybe
Sam.
Wobbly.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
Thanks.